Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Day 3. Wow, I'm so proud of myself. Thank you for all the comments and welcome backs and belated birthday wishes. I much appreciate it. It does feel good to be back. I honestly don't know how long this video is going to be. I kind of alluded to it again in yesterday's video, and then I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, like when I'm gonna come back and do another video. But TMI, when I was showering, I was kind of just thinking about it, and it was actually on kind of like my mind when I was on my hiatus, on my break in 2024, and okay, let me just get into it, because I know this can be very controversial. There's going to be a lot of mixed opinions, but from the title of this video, the world has changed, guys. I kind of talked about that in my Q&A video when I came back. The world has completely changed, some for the better, some for the worse, from when I was a kid. And I don't even know how to explain this. Maybe it's because, like, maybe I'm an adult. Maybe I'm an adult and I am an adult. Sometimes, though, it's like... it's just, I don't know. Looking back at just my childhood, lots of ups and downs. I'm just speaking, like, from a child's, like, spirit. There was a lot of... I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to say it. There was a lot of structure when I was growing up, and I don't see that so much for the generation coming up. It's a lot of like, well, in my generation, which is like people that are like in their 20s or 30s like mine, you know, it was too structured. I just feel like the respect, a lot of respect has been lost in this generation that is coming up. I'm not saying for everybody, okay? There are some people, some young people that are coming up that have a lot of respect, have a lot of manners. Hold on, I'm just gonna close my window because I'm having a breeze. And that's not good for my kidneys. This just, I don't know. I just like filming in my bathroom. I don't know why. The acoustics are good, the lighting's good, except I don't have the double lighting on because my eyes are burning a little bit from work today. And also lights irritate my concussion, so why not, like, you know, tempted. It's, okay, sorry. ADD brain. Where was I going with this? It's just, I don't know, I just feel like the manners and the respect, and I don't know if it's like my generation that is afraid to not be rough or like punish children, but have rules. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just like, again, I'm not saying that this is for everybody. I'm not clumping the generation coming up in one solid group that everybody sucks. Not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't know, just like kind of observing and dealing, because my job, I deal with a lot of customer service, a lot of people, a lot of families. And not to sound creepy or anything, but I'm very observant. So when I'm like out at like the malls or, you know, out in public, I do like to people watch, and I know that sounds creepy, but I don't mean it in a creepy way. I'm very observant. I just like to watch and experience and be in the moment, right? And it's just like, some of the comments like I hear around, like from my generation or a little bit older, like in their 40s or whatnot, it leaves me questioning like the world, I don't know if that makes sense. But for instance, so I was out and about, and there was this kid that was having, an off day, as young people do. And I remember when I was growing up, I had a meltdown or two in public because, my parents told me no, or I got overstimulated, or I was too tired, and yeah, I got a little bit cranky, and, my parents, picked me up and left the store. And it was just like, I was not watching, but I was observing just this instance, because this kid was like losing its mind. And, because the kid didn't get its way, and of course the parents didn't, I guess, want to feel embarrassed, or didn't want to feel like, oh, you're abusing your child or whatnot, gave in to what just the child wanted and gave them what they wanted, and the child was happy. And it's just like, okay, I mean, that's your parenting, that's fine, whatever, do you. But I want to say, like, I don't know if it's just me or personally, but it's like, if I see a kid having a meltdown in, a public or whatever, and I'm seeing a parent having a really hard time, and they're trying to, like, help the kid and, process it and, work through the emotions, or just, and, I'm seeing, like, the parent a little frazzled. I've done this in the past where I've seen really good parenting. I'm not saying giving in to your kid isn't good parenting, whatever. I'm just saying in an instant where this parent was doing everything in their power, you could see they were physically embarrassed. You could see it, they're red in the face. They're like, oh my God, people are looking at me. And as the kid eventually calmed down or whatever, I just went up to them and I said, I just want you to know you're doing a really good job. And that kind of like brightened the person's day. And I guess that made them feel like really good, because they got a little bit emotional and like, thank you. Not a lot of people say that. A lot of people actually, I literally had a conversation with this lady, wonderful lady, was saying that a lot of people come up and like they say that I'm a bad parent, and that like, it's hurtful to watch, like, to have your child work through their emotions, and you're damaging the child. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, who says that to somebody? Like, that's fucked up. But it's like, really? I mean, I don't know. I had meltdowns and stuff, and my parents either helped me leave the situation so I could calm down and regulate myself, or just let me have my moments, and I turned out okay. Like, I'm not damaged in that aspect. I mean, later in life I got damaged, but that, I mean, yeah, so, I mean, when I have kids, I'm probably not going to do certain things that my parents did, and that's okay. But it's not like you're abusing your child for just letting them process their emotions. Or I saw another instance, or had an interaction with somebody where the kid was literally licking the door and a window, and I was confused. And I think the person could tell that I was confused. And they looked at me like, oh, we're just gonna let him do whatever. We can't raise our voice to him. We can't tell him no. And I was thinking, like, what? Why? Why? Like, why can't you say no or raise your voice to your child? It's not like you're beating them. It's just, you're giving them structure and letting them know that's not okay. I mean, it's okay to say no to a child. It's okay to say no, like, or just like, raise your voice, or, do what you have to do. But it's like, again, you don't have to beat your child, to get your point across. And it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just, it even like for adults, it's like, oh my God, everything is so fucking guarded these days. You're so afraid to speak or look at somebody because it might be taken in the wrong context. And it's just like, really? Why can't you have a conversation with somebody? Why can't people have different opinions? Why can't we have a structured conversation? I don't understand that. Like, I don't know, for my generation, it's like, you know, some people question, like, why don't you have a lot of friends or, like, be sociable? It's like, because when I get into these social, I don't even know the word, social places or social activities or social groups. There we go. Hello, that's the word I'm looking for. And it's like I get frustrated because it's just like, I want to hear your opinion. We might not agree, and let's have a conversation about it. But it's like, you can't. And it's like, what happened? Why? Why can't we have structured disagreements and arguments and conversations and different opinions? Like, why? Like, that just freaking confuses me to no end. And it's just like, you have to be so politically correct on your wordings and your sayings, and it's just, why? Like, I'm like, I don't know. I just want to like smack my head against the wall, because it's just like, why can't we disagree? Why can't we have a structured conversation? You know? Oh, it's like, if I make a mistake, this is going to be borderline offensive to some people, and I apologize. But if I misgender somebody, I don't mean it as a rude thing, okay? If I'm meeting you for the wrong time and I accidentally misgender you, I apologize, but I don't know, okay? I don't know. And if you come up to me and say, whatever, just by the way, I like to use these pronouns, or I'm actually this or that or whatever, like, my apologies. I'll know for the next time. Thank you for letting me know. But it's like, I get my ass reamed. It's like, you should have known, blah, blah, blah. You're against transgender people. And it's like, whoa, hold on, slow your roll, Super Chief. No, I am not. I am for it. I don't want to mispronounce the community, because it's a long pronunciation right now. The LGBTQ plus T, I don't know, I'm sorry, I should know this alphabet by now, and I don't mean that in a rude way, but there's just a lot added on from when I was growing up, and I apologize if I don't remember all of it. My bad. See, that's something that I have to work in, but if I mispronounce it, I get my ass reamed a lot of the time, and it's like, bro, why? I'm trying, I'm learning, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not fucking perfect, like, I'm not a mind reader, and it's just like, before, like, when I was growing up, when I was younger, and, like, you know, I'm part of that community, I'm bisexual, and it's like, no, you can't be, and it's like, what? Hold on, I got that a lot when I was younger, okay, but now it's like, why can't I be bisexual? What's so wrong about that? I'm sorry. And I'm getting my ass reamed by the community. And it's just like, what the fuck? I don't understand that. I'm like, mind blown. Again, not everybody. It's just certain people, okay? I'm not saying everybody's like that, but it's just like, you're afraid to speak these days to anybody. And it's just like, I'm a type of person that is willing to learn. I want to hear your history. I want to hear your experiences. I want to take in that knowledge. I want to, like, share my knowledge with you, my experiences. And it's just like, it's hard to do that in this world, where it's like, you know, you get judged, or like, you get told you're wrong, and it's like, okay, yeah, maybe in certain instances that wasn't the smartest thing to do. But it's like, what makes you right and makes me wrong in certain situations? And it's like, let's talk about it, you know? Let's talk about this. Let's build, let's start a conversation. And it's like, people are so easily to jump down your throat, to judge, to fucking tell you that you're wrong, and, you know, it's all your fault, or like, you should know better. And it's like, bro, I'm a person, not a robot. I'm still learning. Like, I am learning. And it's just like, I miss those conversations. Because, like, when I was growing up, I mean, not that I'm fully grown now, I'm still growing. But like when I was younger, and it's like, I used to be part of those conversations. Like, even though like I might have not known everything, I was willing to learn. And, sometimes, the adults in my life would have to explain in a way that I would understand, or just say, Jess, this conversation might not be for you, or you might not fully understand it. Ask questions if you don't, right? I miss that. I miss that so much. Well, you are able to learn, and ask questions without being fucking jumped upon or judged. I really miss that. I honestly, I miss that. And I miss, that aspect of the world. That there's just a lot of self-righteous people out there. And again, I'm not saying everybody is like that. Don't come for me. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people out there that are like that. And thick-headed. And not open to change. And not open to other people's opinions and to have a conversation. And it's like, I miss that. I really, really miss that. And it kind of makes me sad. Because it's like, I still got 40, 50 years to go. Maybe 60. I don't know. God Lord. I'll be like 91. And it's just like, I'm kind of scared to see where the world's going to go in that aspect, of why people just hide behind screens and aren't really sociable. Like, I get it. I get it. I do. Like, I understand it. Why people are so afraid to speak up and have opinions, and, people are very quick to drop the R word, which is racism nowadays. And it's tough. It's honestly tough when you're not part of the majority anymore. And that's not to be rude, it's just frank. It is what it is. And it's just like, again, you're afraid to speak because you're afraid to be called a racist. And it's just like, I deal with people like that come across very rudely. And like, and it's not even in like, okay, let me just share an example. This dog came in matted, okay? I'm a dog and cat groomer. I've said this before. It was matted. Okay? This dog was matted. It needed to be shaved, okay? There was no way around it. There was no way of brushing it. If I brushed it, it would have just hurt the dog. Safest aspect, shave it down. The pet parent looked at me and said, "You're just saying that because I look different than you." Let me just say it kind of politically correct here. I don't want to drop anything. And I'm like, what? No. Like, you're being racist. I'm like, no, your dog is matted. That has nothing to do with your culture, the way you look, your background. You can come in as a pink panda. I'm still going to say the same thing. Your dog is matted. I was thinking that I couldn't say it, unfortunately. I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not saying that. I am not that. I'm simply saying that your dog is matted and needs to be shaved down. Like, in what aspect of me saying your dog is matted, that is the safest and healthiest thing for your dog? How did we get from that to me being a racist? How? In what context? I was very nice. I said, good afternoon. This is your appointment. Of course, it's nice to meet. And XO, okay? Not, again, not dropping. Let me just say Milo, okay? Fucking everybody names their dog Milo these days. Nice to meet you, Milo. What are we looking to do? I want my dog the longest length. Okay, let me come feel over your dog and let's see what we can do. Fortunately, your dog is matted, and it's to the point where it's unbrushable. If I brushed it, it would hurt your dog. It could cause skin irritation. It could cause bleeding. So my recommendation, And unfortunately, the only thing I would be able to do today is shave down your dog. If we don't shave down your dog, unfortunately, I won't be able to do the service. How does that make me a fucking racist? Like, what? What? I'm sorry, I wasn't even, like, this is gonna sound rude on my part, but I wasn't even paying attention to the skin color of the human. I'm sorry, or how they looked. My focus was on the dog. Like, again, that kind of makes me sound terrible, but like, sorry. This is why it's just like, I hate being out in public. When I'm done work, I just go home and stay in my own little home, and that's it. I rarely go out if I'm not working. Because it's just like, who wants to deal with that? Who wants to deal with that? And just to lighten things up a little bit, it was kind of funny. So now pronouns are going around a lot. And, you know, we get smocks. So we can put our names on it and our pronouns if we want to. This was about a year ago, so back in 2024. So the manager at the time was like, yo, do you want your pronouns on your shirt? I'm like, no, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I don't care. And they looked at me and they're like, well, what if you get misgendered? I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not, my personal opinion is I don't care if somebody misgenders me. It's okay, I'm fine with it. They're like, well, you're not going to take offense to it? I'm like, no. I mean, I'm just that type of person that's never, like, for me personally, that's never really bothered me. If I get called a boy, girl, whatever, I don't take offense to it. I'm just like, cool, whatever, move on. Like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. That's just the type of person I am. I don't take offense to it. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't know. Like, again, that's just my personal opinion. I don't be bothered by it. And they kind of just looked at me. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. Fuck, I can be called a box for all I care. Like, I really don't care. I don't. And then he looked at me and was like, a box? Really? I was like, maybe. I don't know. I might have a body of a box. You never know. Like, Jesus. Let me just say, like, I'm very disproportionate. I don't care. Sorry, that was a little tangent, a little way off, but, you know, that's what I'm saying. I'm very easygoing. I'm very confused with how the world's going right now. There's a lot of just shit happening, and it's just like, oh my god. But anyways, sorry for this tangent of a video. Y'all are probably looking at me like, you know, this crazy bitch really came back crazy, like extra crazy. Yeah, yes I did. I came back extra crazy. Aren't you guys lucky? Lucky, lucky, lucky. But no, I'm sure we're gonna have other conversations about this down the pipeline. I'm just simply stating, my mind is blown how the world is changing. And like, this could be like part 1, part 2, I don't know. I'm sure we touched on this lightly in the past. But yeah, I don't know, boo. And yes, for those who didn't know, I vape. Is it healthy? Fuck no. But honestly, I can walk out the door and get hit by a damn bus. The way that the world's going, like, fuck. I have cut back on it, guys. Just saying, I have. I've gotten better. Don't vape as much as I used to. And I do get the non-nicotine. I don't know, it just helps with my anxiety. It just helps in general. Again, I don't do it all the time. It's just, you know, I get a little worked up and stressed. It helps. I don't know. For those who also don't know, I used to smoke, okay? Like a chimney. I don't do that anymore. But occasionally, okay. I don't smoke like a chimney anymore, but occasionally, once in a blue moon, I will still have a cigarette. Yes, is that bad for you? Yes, 100% it is bad for you. But like I said, the world is going to shit anyways. Gotta live a little, you know? Like I said, I don't smoke all the time. It's once in a blue moon. Once maybe a year. Maybe if that. But again, yes, I know, I'm trying to cut back. But at least it's non-nicotine, okay? Come for me, please. Please do, okay? But yeah, no, honestly, another long video, and here's me saying, this is probably not going to be a long video. I don't know how long it's going to be. That was me 25 minutes ago. Surprise! If you're still watching this, dear God, I'm proud of you. Round of applause. Oh, Lord, okay. I'm a little sleep deprived. It's fine. Shift hour, you know? Fucks with your internal clock. I don't know. Side note, I've been having like weird sleeps lately, and maybe this is why I'm doing a lot of videos where it feels like I know I'm asleep, but it also feels like I'm awake at the same time. Weird shit. I'm a weird person. I'm a weird individual. But yeah, that's my little rant in a nutshell, guys. I will end this video now. If you're still here, you know how I'm gonna end it. Never give up, always keep fighting. You're enough, and you're very much loved. Until the next video, stay safe, guys. See you next time.